Hey, what is going on, Monkey Pod universe? Craig Jenkins here from House Monkey Pod. And in this quick video, I want to ask two questions. Number one, what is the best automated email that you have ever received? And number two is the opposite. What is the absolute worst automated email that you have personally received and why? Okay, so the reason I want to talk about this is because email marketing is still one of the most productive channels for any small business. But not all email marketing is created equal, right? Sometimes we receive really effective messages, sometimes we receive ones that do the opposite, push us away from the brand or make us reflect negatively on a company that is reaching out to us at the wrong time or with the wrong message. So I just want to share one quick example of my own experience and then invite you all to share either the best or the worst examples that you have run into as a consumer doing business out in the world, or reviewing the content in your personal inbox. So just a few weeks ago, I received an email from an eye care company checking in with me, wishing me proactively a happy birthday, which is coming up in June here in just a couple weeks. Now, generally, an email wishing you a happy birthday is pretty benign, right? That's not a very invasive message, and there's nothing wrong with a brand reaching out, even though it's probably not super personal. It's an excuse for them to touch base around a meaningful milestone in their audience's life. The problem with this particular email is that it came from an eye doctor that I had visited in Arizona in 2012. And I know this for a fact because I had just started working at Keep, which was called Infusionsoft, way back the very first time I worked there. And I was working on screens a lot and I wanted to get my eyes checked. And they've continued to follow up with me in 2012, and 2013. And then I'm sure I unsubscribed or they gave up, and I didn't hear from them for over a decade. And then in 2025, they show back up with a happy birthday, Greg, how are you doing type message. And it's just tone deaf. It is absent of any substance or relevant context for me, because not only do I not need support from them, but I no longer live in Arizona, right? The needs and the targeting and the segmentation just couldn't be less aligned here. So I don't want to blast this company too hard because this is fairly common. This happens, and I think the situation is that they switched email marketing tools and they forgot to remove the cold or the unsubscribed contacts. So when they brought their list over from one system to a new system, they marked everybody as valid and they immediately started sending emails. And I was the lucky recipient of one of those messages that landed without really the intent that they designed. So I call this out because while email marketing is a strategic lever for your business, there are some downfalls and some drawbacks if you are not careful about the way that you are engaging with the different segments of your audience. So don't make that mistake. Now, I am really curious to hear from you all. So if you have a super positive example of effective email marketing, or a message that you just really enjoyed receiving or that surprised you in some capacity, I'd love to hear that. Or if you have the opposite, an automated email that just rubbed you the wrong way or did the opposite of its intent, feel free to share the horror stories example as well in the comments or by reaching out to us at team@monkeypodmarketing.com. Thanks for watching, friends. Take care.